from that constituency. It's a PowerPoint presentation that will help us move fast. So you and your liver. We'll be talking about what will the object healthy. We need what we ourselves can do to help. Please, let's move to the slide of the diagram. Next one, sir. The liver is the biggest organ in the body. That diagram you see, that structure that is looking like red, you can see it. That's the liver organ. Yes? I did not hear him. Small intestine. No, it is not the biggest. Anu? The skin. Please clap for her. Yes, the skin. Our skin. Our skin is our abi. Our tobo alara. Òun ni ẹ̀yà ara tó tóbi jù ní gbogbo ara wa. Ìtò wa tẹ̀lé òun ni ẹ̀dọ̀ wa. Kókó orí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sẹ̀ ìlera wa ní ọdún yìí ni ìwọ àti ẹ̀dọ̀ rẹ. So a fẹ́ focus lórí ẹ̀dọ̀ wa. So àwòrán tó wà níwájú wa yẹn, a rí bí àwòrán ọkùnrin tí ó wà ní dúró. Tá bá wà ní dúró yẹn, ibi tí ẹ̀dọ̀ wa wà, òun ni a fi hàn wá yẹn. That is the position of the liver in the body. It is on the right side of the body. Bí mo ṣe dúró yìí, ibi tí ọwọ́ mi wà yìí, òun ni ẹ̀dọ̀ mi wà. Ṣùgbọ́n tá bá fọwọ́ kan bẹ̀, tá bá fọwọ́ tẹ̀ bẹ̀, tá bá fọwọ́ tẹ̀, àní lè feel it, we cannot, because rib cage wa, egungun àyà wa, Ọlọ́run ti fi bò láṣìírí. So that tá bá ṣubú, nǹkan ní tètè ṣe ẹ̀dọ̀ náà. So God has kept the liver, hidden it under our right rib cage for protection. So that when we have trauma, we fall, you cannot easily injure the liver. So it is the second largest organ in the body and the biggest organ in the abdomen. It is the biggest. You can see even by looking at, that's the abdomen that has been captured in that diagram. And you can see the liver, they are occupying the large space. It's on the right side. Now, structures that are near to it are the stomach. That's that other bean-shaped structure underneath the red structure. That is our stomach. And then we have the intestines. And you can see there's a small greenish structure underneath the liver. That's our gallbladder, òróòro, abẹ́ ẹ̀dọ̀ wa ló wà. Bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ṣe nìyẹn. The liver does a lot of functions. Bó ṣe tóbi sí náà ni iṣẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ sí. What does the liver do? The liver performs a lot of functions. Number one, it produces bile. Bile is that is the substance that is secreted by the gallbladder. That green thing secretes bile. And what does that bile do? That bile helps to digest our food. Oúnjẹ tá à ń jẹ, òróró tó ti inú òróró yẹn wá, òun ló máa ń bá wa lọ oúnjẹ wa láti fọ̀ sí wẹ́wẹ́ kó ba lè wúlò fún wa. So if the liver is not healthy, the bile secretion of bile will be affected, and that means we are going to have digestive problems. The bile is also responsible for the release of some vital vitamins in our body. You must have heard of vitamins A, B, C, D, and all like that. So there are 4 vitamins that the liver is responsible for their release. Vitamins A, D, E, and K. In school, to make it easy for us to remember, we call it ADEC. They ask you about ADEC, it's easy for you to remember vitamins A, D, E, and K. So they are the vitamins that are released by the liver. And so if the liver is not functioning well, production of those vitamins will be affected. The liver is also responsible for maintaining the clotting balance of our blood. When we have injury, after some time you notice that the blood clots so that you don't continue to lose blood. Now the liver is responsible for producing all those clotting factors, all those things that are responsible for making the blood to clot. And at the same time, all those things that will not allow the blood to clot too fast are not allowing it to flow well the way it should flow. So it is able to maintain a balance in blood flow. The liver also produces a particular important protein that is called albumin. And what albumin does is to help us to maintain the force of flow of blood in our blood vessels. If the liver is not functioning well, albumin production is low, and the fluid part of our blood, you know, when they take your blood and put it inside a particular bottle and you leave it, you will see that a fluid part settles on top, and the blood itself goes down, and there's a fluid part on top. That fluid part is called plasma. Now, if the albumin production by the liver has been affected, instead of that plasma to stay within the blood vessels, it will flow into your abdomen, to what we call the third space. And then you see some people, their tummy is very big, they are bloated. And if you press the abdomen, it will go in. And we call that ascites. That's fluid in the abdomen. That fluid is supposed to be inside the blood vessels. But because the liver is not functioning well, the fluid extravasates and goes into the third space, and the person becomes bloated. And that's because the albumin production has been affected. The liver also is responsible for storing excess glucose. We eat every day. When we eat, our body breaks down our food into glucose so that we can get energy. Now, the liver is responsible for producing this glucose from our food and then releasing it when we need it. When we are hungry, the liver releases it. If you are not eating, for example, you will see that when you have fasted for some time, or you don't take breakfast early, you still have some energy going on. That is because the liver has released the glucose in your system, into your system, so that you have some energy to keep going. If the fasting becomes prolonged, the liver will still release another type of substance called glycogen, so that you still have something to keep you going. It is when this fasting becomes so extreme